Hey everyone. So, if you're gearing up for the AP Human Geography exam, you already know the free response question, or the FRQ, can feel like the final boss. But today, we're going to break down the exact game plan you need to turn that challenge into your biggest strength. Let's crack this thing wide open. You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You flip the page in the test booklet, and you're just staring at this giant blank space. The clock's ticking, you can feel the pressure building. It's a lot. But what if I told you there's a system for this? A way to conquer that blank page every single time? Well, here it is. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. See, a high score on the FRQ isn't about frantically writing down every single thing you know. It's about writing smarter. It's about giving the graders exactly what they're looking for in a clear, strategic way. It's all about having a game plan. So where does this master plan even start? Well, it doesn't start with your first sentence. Nope, it starts before you even think about writing it. This first part is all about creating your blueprint. It's what separates a pretty good score from a truly great one. And really, it just boils down to two simple steps. But trust me, you can't skip them. First, you've got to really truly understand what the question is asking you. And second, you have to quickly map out your answer. So let's look at what that actually means. Okay, so for this first part, you need to put on your detective hat. Seriously, read the prompt, and then, you guessed it, read it again. Your mission is to find the clues. Underline those key human geoconcepts they're testing you on. But most importantly, and this is huge, circle the task verbs. We're going to come back to these because they are everything. You might be thinking, why waste precious seconds on an outline? Well, because it's your insurance policy. A super quick plan, I'm talking just a few jotted down notes for parts A, B, and C, makes sure you don't accidentally forget an entire part of the question. You don't want to leave easy points just sitting on the table. Okay, blueprint's done. Now it's time to actually build this thing. Let's get into the execution phase, how to take that plan and turn it into a high-scoring response. And the key here is to write for one person and one person only, the grader. Just imagine the grader has a little checklist in their head. Here's what's on it. They need to see complete sentences, not bullet points. They love direct, to-the-point answers, no fluff. Clearly labeling your answers A, B, and C makes their job way easier, which is always a good idea. And finally, just double-check that you hit every single part from your outline. Now, this right here, this is the secret sauce that takes an answer from good to great. Anyone can make a claim, but the top scores go to the students who back it up. You have to prove your point with specific examples, real-world places, or even data you remember from class. And here's a super simple trick to make sure you're doing that. Don't just drop an example and run. You have to connect it back to your main point. Using connecting words like because, or this leads to, or therefore literally forces you to show the cause and effect relationship. It proves to the grader that you're not just listing random facts. You're actually building a solid argument. All right, we've talked planning and we've talked writing, but now we've got to talk about what I think is the single most important and most overlooked part of the FRQ. If you can master this, you are going to be miles ahead of the competition. That's right. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. The key to the whole exam isn't just knowing the big, fancy vocabulary. It's understanding the simple little instruction words that tell you what to do with that vocabulary. I'm talking about words like identify, explain, and compare. Let's break them down, one by one. First up, identify. This one is the most straightforward. It's a quick hit. They just want you to name something or point it out. No big explanation needed. Just give them the specific thing they asked for and move on. Next, we have define. This is one step up from identifying. Here, you've got to give the actual textbook-style meaning of a term. What are its key features? You want to be precise and clear here. Then there's describe. For this one, I want you to think of yourself as painting a picture, but with words. You need to give way more detail, list out the characteristics, or talk through the steps of a process. It's more than just a definition. You're trying to show the concept in action. And now, for the real heavy hitter, explain. This is where you really earn your points and show you know your stuff. Whenever you see explain, you have to answer why or how. This means connecting cause and effect, giving reasons, and pretty much always using a specific example to back up your explanation. And finally, we've got compare. You know, a really common mistake here is that people only talk about how two things are different, but a truly great comparison talks about both similarities and differences. So make sure you address both sides of the coin to get those full points. Whew, okay, that was a lot of strategy, I know. But it all fits together into one solid game plan. So let's do a super quick recap to make sure it all sticks. Here it is, your 3-step path to FRQ success. Number 1, create your blueprint by really understanding the prompt and making a quick plan. 2, execute that plan with precision, always writing for the grader. And 3, master your secret weapon by decoding those all-important task verbs. And just remember this, you don't have to be some kind of literary genius to get a great score. You just need to be a smart, strategic test taker. Real confidence comes from having a plan, and now you've got one.
So, the blueprint is yours now. The plan is in your hands. The next time you see that blank page, you'll know exactly what to do. You've got this. Good luck, and thanks for tuning in.